Rolling into a brand new day over here on the channel. Welcome to Reactions, Rants, and Rabbit Holes. Rollen Green, you are you. Eulogy for the living. Now, I was kind of like watching the band and someone, I think, go back and forth or talk about some feelings or something like that. Now, I admit, I am not the best at this gig, especially when I'm out of my comfort zone. It would be like an A$AP Rock connection. And the band themselves here, Arcane-Gel, put out and showing, got a lot of love going that direction. So that's how this happened. And then I was like, well, I like this. I'm really poor at interaction out there. Yeah, damn near a boomer. What are you going to do? I'm not, but damn near. Long story short, I would like to do some more. The band's fan base, or just most views I ever had over there on X, that's appreciated in the first place. I'm pretty sure it was I was kind of into it, and I thought I'd take a second try. And watching this conversation, it seemed like there's some, I don't know. I guess I want to see what I'm going to get, and I obviously don't know how to keep my mouth shut. So I'll reflect upon it when we get there. See, at least I wasn't too hyped.
So if you read between the lines on his weird skin, there's a story, but no one is listening. All that's left laid to rest in cardboard tombs, sits awaiting death in a stark cold room where a person can turn to a burden. So he dresses in a shirt, ties a noose to that world mist. Man of house, patriarch, breadwinner, reduced to a guest in a home less familiar. Only blood he sees, bubbles in syringes that sings to remind him of his innings. Just another anchor on that ocean floor, a topic of discussions of which treasures are spoken for. He prayed until the days he felt unheard, discovered darkness, remembered that he loved her, and fights the urge to give in. Now the memories of her are his religion. Who inside the wisdom, youth and equilibrium, beautify the killing when we eulogize the living, euthanize decisions, the future unmisgiving, dehumanize the victim when we eulogize the living. Who inside the wisdom, youth and equilibrium, beautify the killing when we eulogize the living, euthanize decisions, the future unmisgiving, dehumanize the victim when we eulogize the living. I hope you live to see your loneliest days with a felonious phrase. I'm just charmed by your stoic ways. I hope you live to see your loneliest days. What I was hoping to say, that the world needs your knowing grace. Bless the young, they seldom come to set the tongue or breathless lungs. Some swan songs are best unsung. I hope you live to see your loneliest days with a felonious phrase. I'm just charmed by your stoic ways. I hope you live to see your loneliest days. What I was hoping to say, that the world needs your knowing grace. Bless the young, they seldom come to set the tongue or breathless lungs. Some swan songs are best unsung. So if you read between the lines on a weathered face, there's a story that emanates of better days. She can blink away a decade, the seconds taking age. Trapped in a body, only memories escape. TV flickers, images of foreign times. Feels like she's fossilizing, but not the eyes. Carer, matriarch, stronghold, reduced to a stranger in a foreign home. A train of thoughts run on abandoned lines. Recognizing stops, but the tracks won't oblige. A kaleidoscope mind obscures and frustrates, trying to figure out the images before they decay. When a child chasing coherence like butterflies. For everyone she catches, another dies. She pines, the night might take her in her sleep, so she can be graceful in defeat. Who inside the wisdom, youth and equilibrium, beautify the killing when we eulogize the living, euthanize decisions, the future unmisgiving, dehumanize the victim when we eulogize the living. Who inside the wisdom, youth and equilibrium, beautify the killing when we eulogize the living, euthanize decisions, the future unmisgiving, dehumanize the victim when we the sun.
Ooh, I like that. Oh no, lots. We're going back. What we're gonna do? That was awesome. So just in case, because I tend to, hey, one of the cornerstones of the channel is Rollen Wrecks your favorite song, and I'll be honest, I didn't want to partake in that. Arcane-Gel, a eulogy for the living, Convolution 3, Volume 3, Convolution 3. Hey, I'll be right back. Okay, so I've been gone for a while, reflecting, and then, walking the dog. And what happened is I kind of thought, and I needed to know exactly. So I'd like to go back, and I think there's a lot of really, really incredibly good stuff here from, let's say, the channel and its rhetoric point of view. Shit that I say. Why? I'm 55. The lyrical content, the story here actually lets me look at the loss and the longing for one I loved, I think. Now, I admit, I'm going to take it at face value, and I think it probably has multiple meanings, as with all, especially the type of music. I mean, if the cipher's in place, there's probably multiple meanings. I'm just going with, first and foremost, the reflections on life lived, right? So if you read the lines on his withered skin, there's a story, but no one's listening. So if you read the lines on her withered face, there's a story that emanates of better days. So obviously, right, reflecting on the past. So, puts this in context, is quite appropriate for some old timer to, or, at least at the middle, to reflect upon these ideas. Jumping forward, you've got the bless the young, they seldom come, for severed tongue or breathless lungs. Now, I think there's where open to interpretation, probably. I'm a firm believer that it's all subjective. We can agree on a lot of stuff, but in the end, we're going to filter it through ourselves, I would assume. Which is, not the best thing to do, but, I'm going to do it other way anyways. I really like, from both sides of the, from the male perspective, the female perspective, basically, your memories referenced as cardboard tombs sitting in a stark room. Now, as for someone who has their life displayed behind them, I tend to not dwell in these shadowy realms of feelings. But I fully acknowledge that reflecting on loss, non-accomplishment, and other things can definitely haunt you. Then you lose someone. My dad definitely is in that memories are his religion thing. I spent a couple years, he wouldn't even move stuff because the connection that was broken was just too much, right? Too much for him to handle. So I went through this a few years ago, so I definitely, not exactly. I'm not saying I know exactly. And I'm not trying to go, I'll be honest, sometimes we go 20 minutes. I'm not sure how that flies, and I'm not trying to milk it out. At the same time, one more listen as I take a dive in the lyrics. So I'm over here. Oh. First and foremost, 10 minutes in, hey, if you like what you're hearing, the only suggestion I can possibly make is you go support the artist, check out their stuff, and pay it forward that way. That's my one request.
lines on his weirdest skin. There's a story, but no one is listening. All that's left laid to rest in cardboard tombs. Sits awaiting death in a stark old room where a person can turn to a burden. So he dresses in a shirt, ties a noose to that world mist. Man of house, patriarch, breadwinner, reduced to a guest in a home less familiar. Only blood he sees, bubbles in syringes that stings. To remind him of his innings, just another anchor on that ocean floor. A topic of discussions of which treasures are spoken for. He prayed until the days he felt unheard. Discovered darkness, remembered that he loved her. And fights the urge to give in. Now the memories of her are his religion.
Now I do kind of, it feels like maybe separation, not death. That some of your death imagery might be just, you know, I mean, to emphasize the loneliness and like I kind of get this feeling like kids don't understand and they separated, but boy, they shouldn't have. I don't know, right? I'm guessing there. That's not. I don't think that's the case. Well, what I think is that I don't know, and I'm willing to be wrong all over the place because just filtering it through my own life. How would I apply this to what I've seen? Right? There's plenty of really. She pines at night to take her in her sleep so she can be graceful in her defeat. Yeah, like honestly, it kind of feels like a separation that shouldn't have taken place. After deeper diving into the lyric. Now, at the same time, I think, let's say you were only from one side of that perspective, it could very likely resonate, right, to loss. But it seemed like they're thinking about each other, right, in the complete story. So, probably shouldn't have separated.
Inside the wisdom, youth and equilibrium. Beautify the killing when we eulogize the living. Euthanize decisions, the future unmisgiven. Dehumanize the victim when we eulogize the living. Who inside the wisdom, youth and equilibrium. Beautify the killing when we eulogize the living. Euthanize decisions, the future unmisgiven. Dehumanize the victim when we eulogize the living. I hope you live to see your loneliest days with a felonious phrase. I'm just charmed by your story ways. I hope you live to see your loneliest days. What I was hoping to say, that the world needs your knowing grace. Bless the young, they seldom come to sever tongue or breathless lungs. Some swan songs are best unsung. I hope you live to see your loneliest days.
Oh yeah, see that's hard. That's just hard, and it just hits, right. That just I hope you live to see your loneliest days. Wow, right? Because we don't want to. Well, this is how I interpret it, but you just don't. I don't want to see the end, but you're gonna go on in misery. Hey, hopefully you can go on miserable as long as you want. That sucks, right? What a lie that is. But impressed by your ability to go through it. Holy crap, does this whole thing make me think of my dad. He laid on the floor for a day because he was too effing proud to call the neighbor and the cell phone was in his pocket, right? So, hey, get the old man life alert. He ain't going to ring the bell. It'd be some robot sensor because he does live in a world where if the trip and fall takes him, he'll just lay there and accept it. I wonder why this hits home. I think this is exceptionally good.
All your story ways. I hope you live to see your loneliest days. What I was hoping to say, that the world needs your knowing grace. Bless the young, they seldom come to sever tongue or breathless lungs. Some swan songs are best unsung. So if you read between the lines on a weathered face, there's a story that emanates of better days. She can blink away a decade, the seconds take an age. Trapped in a body, only memories escape. TV flicker focus. Images of foreign times feels like she's fossilizing, but not the eyes. Carer, matriarch, stronghold, reduced to a stranger in a foreign home. A train of thoughts run on abandoned lines. Recognizing stops, but the tracks won't oblige. A kaleidoscope mind obscures and frustrates, trying to figure out the images before they decay. The inner child chasing coherence like butterflies. For everyone she catches, another dies. She pines, the night might take her in her sleep, so she can be graceful in defeat. Who would hide the wisdom, youth and
See, and then I deal with stuff at home, and I really I really filter this through another person's in my life, you know, personally dealing with the effects of age, which oddly enough actually hit us all differently. Pretending that's not true is just a shame, because I think about it. I don't believe what my honey says, but I'm told that the years serve me well. I look at pictures and she might be right. I don't see that same. I see the same thing in her. She can't see the same thing in the mirror. And how do we cross that barrier? And now this is not very specific and over the top, so I'm not saying my honey feels this way, but I question the how do we convince those we love the most that they should still continue going on loving themselves. That's a huge part of it. That well, you can't write your eulogy before it's needed, kind of thing. Hey man, it all comes together in a way. It's very good. It's very, very well. The time on the clock says how much I enjoy it.
Equilibrium, beautify the killing when we eulogize the living. Euthanize decisions, the future unmisgiving. Dehumanize the victim when we eulogize the living. Who inside the wisdom, youth and equilibrium. Beautify the killing when we eulogize the living. Euthanize decisions, the future unmisgiving. Dehumanize the victim when we eulogize the living. I hope you live to see your loneliest days with a felonious phrase. I'm just charmed by your stoic ways. I hope you live to see your loneliest days. What I was hoping to say, that the world needs you knowing grace. Bless the young, they seldom come to set the tongue or breathless lungs. Some swan songs are best unsung. I hope you live to see your loneliest days with a felonious phrase. I'm just charmed by your stoic ways. I hope you live to see your loneliest days. What I was hoping to say, that the world needs you knowing grace. Bless the young, they seldom come to set the tongue or breathless lungs. Some swan songs are best unsung.
Very good. Very good. No, I heard it. Been there. Not trying to milk it out, but I think it was worth the time and attention. And honestly, the timer says it's exactly what I wanted it to be, and as long as it needed to be. So turns out everything falls in order now and then. Arcane-Gel, Eulogy for the Living, off Convolution 3. I think that's correct. I would go check with if there's other stuff to go, hey, that's kind of, I like that. Well, go do what you got to do. If able, right? It's not a hard sell. I'm not a big fan of that. I don't hear that kind of thoughtful lyric and then think, oh man, the thing I got to do is really put the hard sell on, push hard. If I had to push hard for anything, it'd be reflecting upon our lives lived and, what are we making of it all? Because it's easy to get lost in the whole, in the grinder. All right. Hey, that was cool. I actually had a really good time. Again. So I'll be back for a third try at a later date. Take care.